This is not a self-improvement video. It's more like a poetic tribute to personal collapse. You won't find your life's purpose here, but you might realize you've lost it. This is a wind turbine. It spins because, well, it doesn't really have a choice. No one told it this morning. Take the day off. Read a book. Enjoy a coffee. Nope. Full time. Addicted to the cycle. A corporate employee with no lunch break. As long as the switch is on, it keeps spinning from the outside. It looks peaceful, but inside a mess of tangled circuits, just like the human mind. Because we spin too, no matter where we go, we end up right back where we started. Whatever we do, we reset, and then it all begins again, as if none of it ever happened, like we are reborn with every cycle, desperately spinning towards somewhere. We move on autopilot, wired by subconscious triggers, acting out patterns we didn't choose, trapped in routines that feel like choices, same thoughts, same inner critiques, same old, am I enough? Freud called this the compulsion to repeat. We just call it checking your ex story. Again, this metal creature turning with the wind. It's basically a thought. Once you get stuck on one, it's hard to get out obsessions, kicking the difference. At least the turbine is quiet. Humans, we open a podcast. Nobody really likes being alone. Voluntary solitude, fine, but the mandatory kind. The kind where you hear your own thoughts echo off the walls of your skull. That's the dangerous one. When you are alone, you hear yourself spinning. Nietzsche once said, "He who gazes long into himself becomes himself." Well, we stared at our phones long enough. Now we have become screens. The turbine can't reflect on itself. But you look in the mirror every morning and whisper, "Who am I?" Even if you don't say it out loud. The mental fog is enough to scramble your thoughts into gibberish. And then you go to work. Capitalism loves your existential crisis, while you think it profits. Camus said, life was meaningless, but still worth living. So even if nothing makes sense, why waste it, haven't you ever done something totally pointless and still laughed your ass off, felt joy for no reason? This turbine, it doesn't know why it spins, but it knows if it stops it's broken, and humans aren't so different. Sometimes you don't want to keep going, but when you stop, you feel defective. So you go to therapy, and your therapist says, listen to yourself, you do. And a voice inside whispers, keep spinning. Freud would call this a trauma loop. You call it morning alarm coffee, a little guilt, a little Instagram squeeze. In some productivity, you spin, but the wind is you. You're the one turning your own gears, and you call it passion, but maybe it's just desperation. Kierkegaard said to be human is to become aware of yourself, and that awareness, it rarely brings peace. It brings insomnia. Years ago, I asked myself, is awareness a curse or a gift? And I still think the answer is, depends where you're looking from. The turbine never asks, is this all I am? But you do, because you're human, and that sometimes is too much. So, you keep spinning because the system loves it. You generate power, you feed the algorithm, you pay the bills. The turbine might actually work less than you, but if you're still functioning, the system still loves you. Whether you love yourself well, that's a question for the next cycle.